Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and I'm broadcasting live from Central City tonight, where the Wildcats are hosting Volleyball Class 1A Region 7 second round. And our guests tonight are the Highland Huskies. And before I go into any more information about tonight's game, I want to give a shout out to Heartland Bank, who sponsors our Wildcat Sports broadcast. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat Sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. And thank you, Heartland Bank. We appreciate your support. So we are back here tonight. Wildcats took care of Lone Tree on Monday, and now we've got the Highland Huskies in the gym tonight, and let's hopefully have another positive outcome like we did Monday. So just kind of looking quick at, again, just comparing the Central City Wildcats come into tonight's contest with a 19-12 record, and Highland is coming in with a 13-14 record. So it's probably going to be a little more competitive than it was on Monday, but let's, again, hope for the same outcome that we had. Just as a, again, just kind of talking about a little bit about like statistics. Again, the Wildcats are led in hitting by Bailey Weber and Coletta Wade. Coming into tonight's game, junior Bailey Weber's at 268 kills. Coletta Wade's at 222, and then we have Allie Fritcher Sr. at 164 kills. So there are leaders in kills. And then as far as blocks, we talked about this the other night. We've got Macy Lupkis with 25 blocks, and right behind her is Bailey Weber with 18. And then as far as serving percentages, as far as efficiency for the Wildcats, just as the same from the other night, it was Cami Ellis who leads the Wildcats with a 96.4% serving proficiency. Right behind her is Bailey Weber with a 95.5, and then Belle Whitson with 95.4. So those three are our top efficiency servers. Then you can throw in yeah, I guess I was going to say Bella Dam, but Bella Dam is injured, so she's not participating tonight. So, but she also had a good serving efficiency. So that's the way the Wildcats shake out here. For Highland, the scouting report is that they have one decent hitter, and I see a hitter on here, Sarah Burton Jr., who's got 193 kills. So she's by far the one that the Wildcats are going to have to be aware of. And she's just a junior, so you'll probably hear me talking about her a little bit tonight. So we are under a minute to go here, and we will be getting ready to get started with tonight's competition. Right now we got the Wildcats getting their serves in here. As I mentioned right before we get started here, as far as the start of the game, Wildcats again are in their black uniforms, black shirts, long sleeves with red stripes down the side and also down the side of the body, and they got black shorts. Highland is also black and red, but they've got kind of a cool looking jersey. They're red, and they kind of fade down into black. They've got white numbers, and then they have black shorts. So both teams red and black here tonight. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the starting lineups here.
Tonight we would like to welcome the Highland Huskies for the second round of the regional playoffs. And now with our starting lineups, number 2, sophomore, libero, Lily Faray.
So we've got Lily Bear, who's the libero. Number 4, Adeline Clofer.
Captain, Miley Smith.
Miley Smith,
Number 12,
senior.
junior, Sarah Burton.
Sarah Burton, already talked about her. She's a junior.
Sophomore, Adeline Croats.
Adeline Croats,
Number 16,
sophomore.
junior, Grace Pribble. And number 21, senior,
And
Jessica Kraus.
Jessica Kraus is a senior, and Grace
And the
Pribble
Huskies are coached
is a
by
junior.
Shannon Copen and volunteer coach Sam Cox.
Those are the lineup there for the
For your Central City Wildcats,
Highland Huskies, and here we go with the Wildcats. Probably
number 4, junior, Ava Warrington.
Ava Warrington starting for the Wildcats.
Junior, Bailey
Bailey
Weber.
Weber, number 7, junior.
10, freshman, Macy Lucas.
Macy Lupkis, freshman.
Number 12, senior, libero Cami Ellis.
Senior libero Cami Ellis, who again
13,
is
senior, Allie Fritcher.
filling in for the injured Bella Dam. We have Allie Fritcher, Coletta Wade,
And number 20, junior, Captain Isabel Whitson.
and then Belle Whitson, setter,
By Danielle Clark and assisted by Randy Clark.
junior.
Everyone would rise and remove your hats.
And I will take a break now for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And Beth Griggs with the national anthem. Nice job, Beth, who's also the athletic trainer. This was a few years ago that the Booster Club decided to pay somebody to be an athletic trainer, so it's awesome having Beth at all the home contests. As a coach, I know I'm not an athletic trainer, so to have somebody there and who can help the kids, it's a huge relief. So we are getting ready. Both teams are out on the floor. The officials are checking the lineups, and we will be getting underway here with the second round of regionals. The winner continues to play, and the loser's season ends. So, as I mentioned, hopefully we'll have a good outcome like what we did Monday. And it looks like I don't know who's going to serve because I don't even see a game ball. Nobody realizes that there's, oh, here goes. The officials got a ball. And it looks like it's going to be Wildcats going to start game 1 with the serve. And Cami Ellis, with the best serving proficiency, is going to start off the Wildcats, and she has a good serve, but the Wildcats aren't able to defend the first attack by the Highland Huskies, and so Highland's going to get a side out. So it's 1-0 Highland. We've got Adeline Clofer back serving. And we're going to go outside to Bailey Weber with the big arm swing. And Highland's not able to play that ball back. So there's going to be a kill for Bailey. So the Wildcats get it right back. And it is 1-1. And Coletta Wade's going to go back and serve for the Wildcats. And It's going to be a free ball over. Burton gets it over, and Whitson's going to go to Weber out of the middle, played up, and they're going to come back to Burton, and there's the block. Bailey Weber, Macy Lupkis with the blocks on, looked like, I think that might have been Burton trying to tip it over, and they were right there. So point Wildcats, and Coletta Wade's serve is a little strong and goes out. And Adeline Croats is going to go back and serve for Highland, sophomore. And it goes to Weber, to Whitson, and Weber's going to come back just with a tip right over the middle. She went right over the middle blockers, and it dropped right in front of the back row, so they were not able to come up and get that. So point Wildcats, and Avery Wise is going to sub in. And Avery will be serving for the Wildcats. I think I forgot to mention Ace serves Avery. Oh. Avery was there to play the tip, but she thought it was going to go out, and so she didn't do anything, and it dropped right in front of her feet, and it's in, so that's going to be a side out, and it's 3-3. And we've got Grace Preibel with the serve to Fritcher, and they're going to go with Weber. Weber's hot, and that time she hit it out, tried to go over the block, and it's a little deep, so that's going to be a point for the Huskies, and Grace Preibel will serve it again. And it goes to Weber and to Whitson, and they go to Fritcher, switched it up, and Belle Whitson set it to Fritcher, and she tried to tip it, and it went out a little bit, so the Wildcats give up a couple points here on some errors. And there's a little floater to Weber, to Whitson, and back to Weber, and that middle spot is where Bailey has found a soft spot with the Huskies, and she drops it right in the middle on a little tip right over out of the middle, right over the blockers, and the Wildcats will get a point there. And Bailey Weber's going to go back and serve, and it's going to be just a free balled over. Weber's going to go up to Whitson. Whitson's going outside to Fritcher. Fritcher goes down the line. And they're saying that the ball hit the antenna, I believe. And so that's going to be a side out, and the point's going to go to the Huskies. So the Huskies are up 5-4. They're serving. Sarah Burton, their leading kill. And now the Huskies suck up in the middle to take away that middle, and the Wildcats just tipped it to the back deep corner, and it stayed in, and so it's going to be a point Wildcats. So it's 5-6. Allie Fritcher's going to go back and serve. We're in game one. And Allie Fritcher's serve is out. Too deep there, so easy point there for the Huskies, and it's 5-7. And Jessica Kraus with the serve. And there's a tip over by Wade, and it's blocked. And it's going to be a point Huskies, so it's 8-5. Wildcats need to kind of get something going here. Need to get a stop and get our serves in and put the pressure on the Huskies. There's a pass from Weber. Whitson goes outside to Wade. Wade just kind of free balls it, down balls it over, and it's blocked, but fortunately for the Wildcats, the block doesn't go back across the net and it goes out, so the Wildcats will get the point. And Macy Lupkis is checking in for Avery Weiss. And it's 6-8, and Belle Whitson's going to serve for the Wildcats. And well, they free balled it over there. I thought that was 4 hits, but I guess they said there was a block in there. The Wildcats aren't able to take advantage of it, so Huskies come back with Clofer with the attack. Wildcats play it, come back with Wade. She hits it over, it's played up. There's Clofer again out of the front row. And there's a misplay there by a miscommunications by the Wildcats. And it's going to be side out point Huskies. And they've got Malay Smith And there's an ace serve for her. And it's 10-6. Not where the Wildcats want to be here, so we need to get something going. The Wildcats are playing a little tight, it looks like. Going outside, Whitson to Coletta Wade. It's kept alive by Highland. Whitson just hits it over on the second hit, and we're going to come back with a push by Highland. Wildcats play it. We're going to go outside to Coletta Wade, and it's deep. And it goes out, and it's 11-6. So the Wildcats have had some hitting errors and just some miscommunication. Let's see if we can get things turned around. There's Fritcher. She's going to Whitson. They're going to go in the middle to Lupkus. Hey! Macy Lupkus, apologize on that, with the big hit out of the middle. The block was there, but it dropped to the floor on the Husky side, so maybe that's the spark the Wildcats need. We're back to the top of our rotation here with Cami Ellis. It's 7-11. Wildcats are down. We're in game one. There's a pass. They're going to come outside. It's kind of tight. They're out of the middle. Kept alive by Fritcher. There's Whitson. She's going to go outside to Wade. There we go. Wade's got it. Played up by the Huskies. Coming back here with Clofer. Fritcher's going to set it for Wade, and Wade, ball is tipped, but it's kept alive. Bell Whitson down balls it. Now we've got Clofer again, and it's tipped with the block. Kept alive by Ellis, tipped by Wade. There's the Huskies are right there. They're going to come out of the middle. And Lupkus is there, and it's going to be downballed over by Whitson. We're coming back with the Huskies. Ellis is there. We're going to go middle with Bailey Weber. She puts it away. She says, I'm tired of all this going back and forth, and she gets the kill. That's the spark the Wildcats need. That was a great volley, a lot of scrappy play right there. All right, so they just stopped the game. Bailey Weber just got her 272nd kill of the year. That makes her the single season record holder. So great accomplishment for Bailey and the team in general, just in order to, you don't do those records on your own. So big momentum thing there for Wildcats. Hopefully they can use that. It's Wildcats took a timeout so they could do that, and it's 8-11, and Cami Ellis will continue to be serving for the Wildcats. So 272 kills on the year, Central City's single season record holder. Great accomplishment for Bailey. All right, we are back at it, and it's 8-11. We're in game one, and we've got Cami Ellis. And there's played up, and they're going to go back set it to Clofer. They've been using her a lot. Wildcats are going to come back with Coletta Wade. Coletta Wade's blocked. Wildcats are going to try it again, this time with Bailey Weber with the tip, but the Huskies are there. They're going to come back with Clofer out of the front row. Oh, there's another block by Macy and Bailey, but it's still going. And Clofer this time, she got it blocked, but the Huskies kept it going, and then Clofer did it again, and Wildcats weren't able to play that. Got past our back row, so it's going to be a point. Huskies, it's 12-8. There's Weber with the serve receive. They go to Whitson. They're going to go back to Weber. It's blocked, and there's going to be a point. So it's 13-8. Highlands up. Wildcats need to get a. And there's a timeout for some reason here. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. Vaughn's not fit. Our volunteer line judge just took himself out of the game. So I don't know if he got hit or if he's just feeling lightheaded. So he's not feeling very good. Maybe he has, I don't know if he's got low blood sugar or if he's got diabetes or whatever, but he's got a timeout here to see if See how he's feeling. So while we're at this break, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out here real quick to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. We're here for you. All right. So Wildcats have played a little tight so far tonight. They've come out and Highland actually has been really doing a good job blocking the Wildcats. I'm just going to check the stats here and see what kind of blocking they've had on the year. They have one girl that has 6 and one girl that has 4. So I feel like they've got almost as many as that tonight. They've just done a really good job of blocking the Wildcats. Wildcats have had a little bit of miscommunication a couple times in the back row and have had just some hitting errors. They're not quite as sharp as they were Monday night. So hopefully we'll get going here again. We've got a backup line judge. I think maybe the libero tracker now is going to come out and be the line judge. I'm not sure what's going on here. So I don't know if they're going to try to. He's not looking like he's doing very good. So I don't know if they're going to try to call. I don't know if they're going to try to do an ambulance or if they're going to try to continue playing. We've got Danielle's going to come over here to me. What? Yeah. Oh, chair with wheels, yeah. My desk chair, yeah. Hey, you need a key to get it back there, though. I apologize for that delay there. We're trying to get a chair to wheel Vaughn out so he can get out into the commons. Action is stopped right now, so we're waiting to try to take care of him first here. That's the most important thing. Oh, here they come. So again, we're kind of at a break here. We've got our line judge, Vaughn McLennan, and he does a ton of volunteering for the Wildcats. And he was volunteering tonight doing line judge. And he does scorekeeping for us. He helps in the kitchen. He's just an all-around good person here, and hopefully there's nothing serious. They're going to try to wheel him in a chair here and get him out of the gym so that maybe get some air. Yeah. So again, while I have this opportunity, we'll try to keep people updated. Hopefully he's sitting up And they're just trying to get him out of the gym again. He's got some water. Just doesn't look like he's doing so good. We just really appreciate Heartland Bank's support for allowing us to do this Wildcat broadcast. And so hopefully you're enjoying this. And I apologize for the break, but we want to make sure that somebody that's important to the Wildcat family is taken care of. And so they got him out. And we are going to get ready to get back to playing volleyball. So we are still in game one. We got Highland Huskies with the serve, and it's 13-8. Wildcats have been playing a little tight. Hopefully this break just kind of gets them fired up, gets them loosened up and relaxed, and we can get things turned around here. So I think everybody's in the right spots. The officials are making sure everybody's in the right spots, and we're going to go ahead and get serving here with Adlin Clofer. There's going to be an ace. That went right off of Bailey Weber's arm, so it's going to be 14-8 Huskies. So Wildcats need to get something here. And there's a serve, and it goes to Fritcher. Fritcher to Whitson. Whitson to Coletta Wade, and Coletta Wade hits it into the net. There's a hitting error. That makes it 8-15. Wildcats were down last week and came back, so they can do it. So we're going to go with a back row, just free ball. And Highland's going to come. And right there is Sarah Burton. And Wildcats can't do anything with that. Went right around the block. And that makes it 16-8. Clofer to Fritcher. Fritcher to Whitson. Whitson's going to go outside to Weber's going to tip. And the Huskies are there. There's a down ball by Burton. Ellis gets it to Whitson. Whitson goes outside to Wade. Wade just down balls it over. And Huskies are going to come back with a free ball of their own. There's Whitson. She's going outside to Fritcher. Fritcher kind of with a bad bump set there. And that's going to be a Coletta Wade wasn't able to do anything with that. And that's going to be a point. So it's 17-8 here. And there's a serve to Weber. And we're going to go with Whitson to Wade. Wade tips it. The Huskies are right there. They're coming back. There's a block. That was Burton, blocked by the Wildcats. Now Burton just down balls it. Popped up by the Wildcats. We're going to go with Bailey in the middle, and Bailey Weber just finds that opening in that front left corner, and that tip counts for a kill, and we'll get that point. We'll take that point. It's 17-9, and we've got Coletta Wade going back, and there's a nice serve by Coletta. And they're going to go outside their number one hitter, Burton, in the Wildcats' back rows, just really struggling. I don't know. It doesn't look good right now. So let's see if we can't get something going. 9-18. And Adeline Croats serving. Whitson goes to Weber. Weber with the tip, and it's popped back over, but it goes out. Clofer was there, but she couldn't make anything happen, so we'll take that point. And now Avery Weiss is going to check in, and Macy Lupkus is going to check out. Avery, again, is right there with Cami Ellis as far as aces, so we'll see if we can't get a couple ace serves. Not this time, though. And we're going to have Burton from the outside. There's Ellis. And we're going to go outside with Allie Fritcher. There's Allie Fritcher. We've been waiting for that. Allie and Coletta had great games on Monday night, and they've been struggling a little bit here tonight, so maybe that'll get the Wildcats going. That's 11-18. We're in game one. Avery Weiss with the serve. Just need to keep our serves in and make the Huskies make a play. There's Wade. She's going to go to Whitson. They're going to go outside to Fritcher again, and it's right at Adeline Croats, and she's not able to handle it. It goes off her arm, and it goes out of bounds, and Wildcats will take that. Here comes the Cats. It's 12-18. Again, we're in game one. There's a nice serve. There's the ace. Ace serve by Avery Wise. Her and Cami Ellis are tied for ace serves coming into tonight, I believe. And we like that. We'll take that. That's a big point there for the Wildcats. Makes it 13-18. Wildcats still have a little bit to work to do, but and then Avery Weiss serves it out. Not what we want. Hopefully the Wildcats can get it back. 19-13. Wade to Whitson. Whitson tries to hit it over. It's blocked. Wildcats are there. Tipped it back over, and the Huskies are going to come back with a tip of their own. Whitson's going to go to Wade, and Wade's going to set Whitson, and Whitson hits it. It's popped up by the Huskies. It's going to be a free ball over. There's Weiss there to Whitson, and we got Weber in the middle. Partially blocked, popped up by the libero, and the Huskies come back with Burton. Then they go, Wildcats are going outside to Fritcher. And there comes Burton from the Huskies, played by the Wildcats. We're going to go with Weber in the middle, and there's a kill. Bailey Weber out of the middle gets the kill for the Wildcats and is going to go back and serve. And we've got 14-19, and we're in game one. Bailey Weber with the serve, popped up by, and it's going to be free balled over. Wildcats can use this now. Let's see if Whitson, she's going to go back outside to Fritcher. Fritcher's, ooh, I thought it looked like it was out, but the line judge is right there, and she said it was in. And not many people are complaining about it, so it looks good. So Bailey Weber serving, 15-19. Wildcats down in game one. And they're going to go out of the middle, the Huskies are. And I think that was Jessica Kraus, and that hit out of the middle was deep, and that's a point for the Wildcats. So it's 16-19. Wildcats are clawing back in here, and Highland has called a timeout. So with that timeout, I'm going to talk at Heartland Bank. The strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. So again, thanks to Heartland Bank for allowing us to do these broadcasts. So we're still in game one. We had a little delay. Vaughn, our all-around volunteer for the school, was not feeling well. And so they got him sat down, and then we've got him, there's a little bit of delay to get him out of the gym. And so we are back playing now, and out of the timeout, it's 19-16. Wildcats are down, but we are serving with Bailey Weber. And there's the serve for Bailey, and it's kind of a bad pass, and so it's going to be a free ball over. So hopefully the Wildcats here can use it. We're going to go outside to Fritcher. Fritcher just kind of easy hit. Huskies play it. And there's a pound that's the best hit of the night by Sarah Burton from the Huskies. She went down the line, and the Wildcats weren't able to defend that. And so there's a point. So it's 20-16. So coming out of that timeout, Huskies are able to get the side out, and Sarah Burton's going to go back and serve. So we have her in the back row now. Wildcats need to see if we can't take advantage. And Wildcats are tipping it to the back corners, and that one tipped and it went out. And it's 21-16, and now Coach Clark's going to call a timeout. Wildcats need to break this, and they need to put a string of serves together here. So 16-21, Coach Clark just had a couple things to tell them. And then now they're back. They're back out there. So here comes the Huskies here with Sarah Burton, their best hitter. She's in the back row serving right now. So let's see what the Wildcats can do. Cami Ellis goes up to Belle Whitson, and she sets Allie Fritcher in the middle, and Allie tries to tip it over and doesn't get it over the net. So there's another error and a point for the Huskies, 22-16. Wildcats really got to bear down and see what they can do. And there's a really short serve. Cami Ellis is there. Whitson hits it over, and it's going to be free balled back by the Huskies. And there's Ellis, and it's just tipped over again by Whitson. Huskies come with Clofer out of the side. We're going to come back with Fritcher goes down the line. That time, Allie's ball didn't hit the net or the antenna and is in. and that's going to be the side out. And this is where we need it right now. It's 17-22. Wildcats need to put a string of points together here. We've got Allie Fritcher back with the serve. And the ball's going to be played up. They're going to go outside to Clofer. Clofer just kind of free balls it over. And we're going to go back to Coletta Wade. Coletta with a tip. Huskies are there. We're going to come back out of the middle with a tip. And right in the middle around 20, that was Jessica Kraus gets it to drop right in the middle of a bunch of Wildcats. And it's 17-23, so it's getting pretty close here for the Wildcats. They really have to put something together. There's Fritcher, goes to Whitson. They're going in the middle with Ava Warrington. And it was Ava's hit was touched by the Huskies. They tried not to, but they did. So we've got now Avery Wise checking out, Macy Lupkus checking back in, and we've got Belle Whitson going back to serve. 18-23, we are in game 1, round 2 of the tournament. There's a short serve. The Huskies just pop it right back over. Wildcats are going to come back with attack. And Coletta Wade hits the ball, and it's blocked, but luckily it goes out of bounds. Again, they've only got like 6 or 7 blocks on the season, but they've been doing a great job of blocking tonight. And Bell, there's a bad pass, and there's too many lift they're going to call. So here come the Wildcats. Wildcats have their back to the wall right now. It's 19-24. Wildcats have to serve and get it tied up. There's another good serve by Whitson, popped up by the libero. They're going to go outside to their hitter out there. Here comes Coletta Wade back, played up by the libero, again going outside to Clofer. Wildcats keep it alive, and it's just going to be a back row tip by Weber. And she came in and looked like she was going to pound it from the back row, and then she ended up tipping it. The middle hitter jumped too soon. She was coming down, and the ball went right over her hands and dropped. So 21-23, Belle Whitson, another picking on the libero over there, and that looked like a bad set, but they didn't call it. Wildcats have the ball going again outside to Wade. Wade hit. It's blocked. Clofer's going to set it into the middle. Wildcats are there with Weber. Weber to Whitson. Whitson setting Wade, and Wade has a miss hit, and that's going to be game 1. Wildcats. That's 25, I thought. They must have had the score wrong. My bad. They must have had the score wrong. So it's 24-21. So 24-21. And there's Coletta Wade. She's like, I'm tired of this stuff. She comes with the big hit. And now we're going to go back row with Weber. And Clofer's going to be there for the Huskies. Bailey Weber hits it over. Huskies are going to come back with an attack out of the middle. And there it is. I think that was Adeline Croats, and it's 25-21. So Wildcats got off to they're tight and just made too many hitting mistakes and had a couple serving errors. I don't think they had any serving errors on Monday. Tonight, I know they for sure had 2. So thing is, the game's not over yet. Wildcats still have this. Again, in volleyball, you have to win the best 3 out of 5. And so Coach Clark's looking at her lineup, seeing if there's any changes that she can make or anything. And while we're waiting here, I'm going to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank. And when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud sponsor, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. All right, and again, we appreciate Heartland Bank. All right, so game 1 took a little bit longer than we had anticipated just because we had a little health emergency with one of our volunteers, but hopefully everything's going okay with that. Wildcats came out and struggled a little bit and ended up losing game 1, 21-25. So Wildcats, Highland will have the serve to start game 2. So Wildcats need to come out and be aggressive And right off the bat, they need to get the side out, and we need to start getting that serve going and getting some points. I was impressed with Highland's blocking. Like I said, I looked at their stats, and they don't really have very many blocks, but tonight they were really doing a good job of blocking the Wildcats. So hopefully the Wildcats can make some adjustments and try to work around those blocks and clean up some of the hitting errors that we had. And I think we'll be all right. So like I mentioned, Highland is going to have the serve here for game 2. And we are getting ready to start here, looks like. We've got Malay Smith back to serve the Huskies, and it's going to be just tipped over by the Wildcats. They're going to come back with Clofer, and our block is there, but she just hit it through the block, so there's a point. The arms were straight up. Coach Clark is saying you got to get your hands up over the net and make that little roof. So Smith is going to serve again. There's Fritcher up to Whitson. They're going to go with Coletta Wade out of the back, and there's a block again. And Whitson's just going to tip it over. And then Clofer is going to come with the hit, and Clofer hits it out. So we'll take that hitting error. We'll take that. So it's 1-1. And Coletta Wade with the serve. It's played up by the libero. They're going to go outside to Preibel. And her hit was in. That's going to be a point Highland. And we've got Clofer going back to serve. Bailey to Weber to Whitson to Weber. And Bailey hits it through the block there, and there's a kill for Bailey. And we've got Avery Weiss subbing in for Macy Lupkis. Avery, freshman, Macy a freshman. Freshman for freshman. Avery's going to serve. And looks like the Wildcats are going to get a free ball. Let's see if we can't set something up. We got Ellis goes to Whitson. They go to Weber in the middle. And I'll tell you what, there's the blocks. That looks like Adeline Croats with the block. They've got more blocks tonight than they did all year, it looks like, unless they don't keep track of their blocks very well as far as on their stats, because they're blocking like crazy tonight. Adeline Croats goes back and gets an ace serve. And it's 4-2 Highland. And we've got Croats serving again. There's Fritcher with the bad pass, but the Wildcats are able to play it. And Highland's going to free ball it over, and there's Weber to Whitson. Whitson's going outside to Fritcher, pounds it, and there's the kill. Nice hit by Allie Fritcher there. So that makes it 3-4, and we've got Ava Warrington coming in for Cammie Ellis. And Bailey Weber is going to go back and serve. Weber serves, and they're going to go outside to their Burton, and she tips it, and Wildcats are there. And then Fritcher comes back with a kill, kept alive by Burton, and she's going to come back with the hit. Wise is there. And then it's just a down ball from the back row by Wade. And then they're going to go in the middle, the Huskies are. And Ava and Fritcher were there, but again, we didn't have our hands as a roof over that, and we were there for the block, but it just fell down right in front of us on our side, so it's a point Huskies. So Highland's going to serve, and they've got Preibel serving. There's Ellis, and there's another block by Fritcher's hit was blocked. And there's going to be a point, misplay right there by Croats. It goes off her arms, and so the Wildcats get a point there, get a break, and it's 5-4. We're in game 2. Highland took game 1, 25-21, and we've got Allie Fritcher serving for the Wildcats. It's a nice serve. And they're going to go with a down ball. That was Smith. The Wildcats are going to come back with an attack by Wade, who tips it, kept alive by Burton. Burton comes, there's Weber. Nice reception there by Weber, but it's kept alive by Highland, and they're just going to free ball it over. Ellis goes to Whitson, outside to Wade, and Wade tries to be too precise with it, and she tips it out. Just needs to tip it in, keep the ball in play. We got 6-4. And Highland is going to go ahead and serve, and they've got Burton serving. So we got Burton in the back row, which is nice. And there's a big hit by Coletta Wade. Played up by the Highland, though. And then there's Clofer. And Whitson's going to go outside to Wade. There's another hit. Popped up by the Huskies. They're going to come out of the middle. That was Kraus. Wildcats are going to come back with a free ball by Wade. And they're going to go middle again, Kraus, and she goes deep. So there's a hitting error on the Huskies, and it is Wildcat serving with Belle Whitson. Lupkus is coming in. Avery Weiss is checking out. And like I mentioned, Belle Whitson's going back to serve. It's 5-6, Wildcats down by 1. And they're going to go outside to Clofer, and she tips it to Weber. Weber gets it up to Whitson. They're going to go outside to Wade. Wade attack is being played back over, and the Wildcats are going to get another chance, and Wade's going to get another chance. It's tipped. And the blockers were there, and they tipped it, but it fell, and there was no play by Highland. Good effort, 6-6 Wildcats. So let's see if the Wildcats can go on a little run here. There's a good serve by Whitson. They're going to go with Clofer. And Fritcher's there going outside to Wade. Wade with the hit. Blocked partially, but Huskies are there, and they go with a little tip, and they get it around Avon Warrington, and it drops. And that's going to be a point there for Highland. So it's 7-6. We're in game 2. Wildcats down 1-0, I guess. And we've got Kraus going back to serve, and she serves it into the net, just what we want. And so that makes it 7-7. Let's see if the Wildcats can't get something going here. Cami Ellis is going to serve, and she's got a little floater. And it's bumped up. They're going to come out of there's Bailey Weber. They had that set for Croats, but she wasn't able to do anything with it. It was too tight to the net, and Bailey was right there. So there's 8-7, the first lead that the Wildcats have had tonight. So let's see if we can't continue and build on that. Cami Ellis with the little floater, and it's going to come right over to the Wildcats, and there's Bailey Weber. All the Huskies were sucked in, and it was a bad pass, and Weber was able to hit it, and it dropped just inside the back end line there. So Wildcats will take that. 9-7 now. Wildcats up. Cami Ellis serving. There's another little floater. Burton passes that up, and there's Clofer, and she gets, she's 5'3", 5'3", and she just hit around our two tallest players. So Clofer's doing a good job of hitting out of that strong side, and the Wildcats aren't able to slow her down. There's quite a height advantage difference there for the Wildcats. So Wildcats are going to come in here. There's the serve, and Coletta Wade with the tip. And the Wildcats are going to take the ball back here, and it's 10-8. We're in game 2. And Coletta Wade with the serve for the Wildcats, and it's going deep. That's another serving error for Coletta. And now Clofer is in the back row, and she's going to serve right at Wade. Whitson, and we're going to go with the down ball from Fritcher. And Highland comes back. Weber with the partial block, and Fritcher with the hit. And good effort by the Huskies, but weren't able to successfully get it over the net, and Wildcats get the point. So good effort. And it makes it 11-9 Wildcats, and Avery Weiss is going to go back. Let's see if Avery can't get in some serves here for us. Get a couple aces would be nice. There's a serve played up by the libero, going to Burton. Burton hits it off the top of the net. Wildcats keep it alive and kind of just tip it over there. They're going to go back outside. There's a tip by Burton, kept alive by Weiss, and just downballed over by Whitson. And we're going to go out of the middle. There's the block. Adlin Croats with the hit, and I think we had Bailey Weber and Allie Fritcher in the middle there with the big block for the Wildcats. So 9-12, Wildcats up. Nice serve by Avery, and they're going to go with Burton. Sarah Burton, the leading hitter for the Huskies, and then she has a hitting error, and it goes deep. And Wildcats take a 13-9 lead, and Huskies are going to take a timeout. And talk about Highland Bank, or Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank's a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we are here for you. Heartland Bank. All right, so Wildcats are on the right side of the scoreboard this time. It's 13-9, and we're in game 2. Game 1, Wildcats dropped that one 21-25. Wildcats just looked tight, made a lot of hitting errors, had some serving errors, so we're getting things straightened out here. We've been putting the ball away, playing a lot more scrappy volleyball. Highland, again, I've been impressed with their blocking. They've been doing a great job of blocking, and I've been really impressed with Adlin Clofer, who's 5'3", and she's a strong outside hitter, and she's been getting it around some of our blocks, so maybe we can figure out a way to block some of those hits from her. So Wildcats have it, 13-9, and we have Avery Weiss, who's going to continue to serve for the Wildcats, and there's a good serve. Nice pass by the libero. We've got Burton, and out of that timeout, they got a good pass, and they set Burton, and she put it down the line. The Wildcats weren't able to make a play on that, so it's 13-10. Highland will get the point, and Lily Boschart, oh, I'm sorry, wrong. Adlin Croats is going back to serve, and there's Ellis, and it's just going to be a down ball over, and Coletta Wade just kind of downballed it. It went deep, and the Highland were hoping that it would go out, and it didn't, and so it drops for a Wildcat point. We'll take those 14-10. Bailey Weber to back to serve for the Wildcats. And they're going to go out to Burton, and she puts it down. She goes down the line, and we're just not getting over there to cover that down the line. Our back row players staying more towards the middle, and Burton likes that down the line, so maybe they'll make that adjustment. So that's a point for Highland, 14-11. And we've got Grace Prybill back serving. And it's just going to be a back row attack by Coletta Wade. Nice job out of the back row. And then they're going to come with Burton in the front row. There's Coletta Wade, was ready for it. And now Fritcher down balls it. There's Burton. They're going to go back to her, and she's going to have another arm swing. And this time Coletta just gets sucked in a little too much and wasn't able to do anything with that. They're getting sucked in, and they got to stay deep for those down the line and cross court shots. 14-12. Prybill will serve again for the Huskies. We're in game 2. There's a short serve, kept alive by Coletta Wade, and the Huskies are going to come back with Burton. It hits off the net. There's Cami Ellis, and we're going to go outside to Fritcher. Nice. Allie Fritcher has been going down the line. They cheated that way, and she came back into the middle. There's a kill for Allie Fritcher. 15-12. Wildcats lead, and Fritcher makes the play, and now she's going to go back and serve. There's Allie, and there's an ace serve. We'll take that. That goes right off the arms of Adlin Croats. Makes 16-12 Wildcats. See if we can't get a couple more ace serves from Allie, senior, one of the 3 seniors on this year's team. And she comes back with a little floater. There's Burton, and then they're going to go outside to Prybill. Kept alive by Weber, and it's going to be free-balled over by Cami Ellis. They're going to come back outside. Nope, they're going to stay in the middle to Kraus. I'm surprised they stayed in the middle with with Jessica Kraus, and she hits it deep and goes out when they had Burton out there on the strong side, and Burton's been hurting us, so we'll take that. 17-12. Allie Fritcher with the serve again. And this time they are going to go to Prybill, who tips it over. Whitson's going to go to the middle to Ava Warrington, and Ava Warrington gets a kill. Kill for Ava. Big point right there. 18-12. Wildcats here. See if we can't put a little more run here and put a little more between us and them. There's a little soft serve by Fritcher, misplayed by the Huskies, so they're just going to free ball it. Let's use it, Wildcats. There's Ellis up to Whitson, outside to Wade. Wade with the big hit, bumped up by the Huskies. They're going to come back with Burton, and it was, oh, okay, they said Burton hit it in the net, so 4 hits. Wildcats were there with the block, but Burton hit it into the net, so that's a hitting error, and Wildcats are 19-12. We got Allie Fritcher, senior, still serving. And there's going to be an ace. I don't know if that's technically an ace, but we got the point. Doesn't matter. 20-12. Allie Fritcher's doing a great job of serving here. And there's another. Now she shortens it up a little bit. She's doing a good job of changing up her serves. There's a tip over. There's Fritcher, pops it right back over to the Huskies. Huskies are going to go outside to Burton. Burton's hit is tipped, and the Wildcats are there. It was kind of a tight pass, and Belle Whitson just tipped it over. And it found an empty spot there, and it's 21-12, and Highland is taking a timeout. 21-12 Wildcats. We're in game 2. Wildcats are down, lost the first game 21-25, so we'll see how this game plays out. Hopefully the Wildcats can finish it out. Shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of service that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. We're here for you. And again, thank you, Heartland Bank, for all your support, not just for this, but for all the different groups and organizations that they support at Central City here. So 21-12, Wildcats are up here in game 2. Hopefully looking to tie things up 1-1 game-wise. And Allie Fritcher will continue serving for the Wildcats. We're coming out of a timeout, and the last time Highland was able to execute and get a side out. So let's see if Allie can't get something here positive. There's a pass. They're going to go outside. This time they go to Smith, and the Wildcats are there. They come back with Coletta Wade, and the Highland Husky just sticks her arm out, and Belle Whitson attacks on a bad pass right at the net, and it's 22-12, and we've got Allie Fritcher continuing to serve. There's the serve, and we're going to go out of the middle, and they've got Kraus out of the middle. Wildcats are going to play that. They're going to go outside to Coletta Wade, and Coletta Wade uses the blocks, and it goes out, and it's point Wildcats. Wildcats have cleaned things up a little bit. We've had just one serving error and not maybe one hitting error, but the Wildcats have really cleaned things up, and it's 22-12. We're going to go outside again to Smith. Wildcats are there, going back outside to Wade. Wade hits off the block, and it's in anyway. So it was partially blocked, and it dropped in, and that makes it 24-12. I said 22 last time, but they forgot to change the score, so it was 23, and that was now it's 24. And with Allie Fritcher, here's going to be the serve. It's a bad pass, but the Huskies just tip it over. Wildcats have a chance here with Coletta Wade. She down balls it back. Now they're going to come back with Burton, but she just tips it. Wildcats are there, and it's just going to be free balled over by Ellis. Now they're going to go back outside to Burton. She's going to go cross court, and there's the pass, or there's the hit and a kill. And so that breaks the streak right there. So it's 24-13. And we've got Burton who's going to go back and serve now. So we have her out of the front row, but that's going to put Clofer, who we've kind of struggled with, in the front row. So we'll see what the Wildcats can do. We only need 1 point. And we've got Coletta Wade, and there's the point right there. We've got the pass set by Whitson, goes to Wade, and then off of the block, it falls. So 25-13, Wildcats take game 2. So that's better. Wildcats come back and even things up. So Highland goes down that second game, 25-13. So we are tied 1-1 here. And Wildcats will get the serve to start game 3. And let's hope that we can pick up where our serving left off on this last game. Allie Fritcher, I don't keep any stats here, but Allie had to have served at least, I would say, close to 10 points. So I'm assuming usually when the Wildcats serve first, usually Cammie Ellis is the first person who's going to be serving. And so, again, she's pretty consistent. Let's see if she can't get some points here for the Wildcats. I'm not sure how far away Highland is, but they have a decent crowd over there. They have some people who showed up to support the team. Wildcats have a pretty decent sized crowd tonight. Got a decent student section over there. I don't know, must be pajama night. I see kids walking around in their pajamas, so I'm not sure. I missed the memo on that one. All right, so the Wildcats are back out, ready to serve here. Ready to get game 3 underway. Again, we're in game 3, just getting ready to start game 3. Highland took game 1, 25-21. Wildcats came back, took game 2, 25-13. And we are now in game 3, and as I mentioned, Cammie Ellis will be serving. We have Belle Whitson out there and Allie Fritcher, Coletta Wade, Bailey Weber, and Macy Lupkis. So here comes Cammie, and the libero's going to play that up, and they're going to, couldn't see who hit that, but the Wildcats are coming back with Wade, played up by the libero. We're going outside to Clofer, and that's probably one of her hitting error, and she hasn't had very many of those. But we'll take that one. Hopefully we've gotten in her head and we can get a few blocks and get her to have some hitting errors. So the Wildcats are going to score first here. Game 3, 1-0, Cammie Ellis. They're going to go to Prybill. Prybill, I'm not sure what the call was. I think maybe they said the ball hit the antenna off of Prybill. So Wildcats will get that point. So it's 2-0. Cammie Ellis is continuing to serve. There's a nice little soft serve in the middle. They're going to go outside to Prybill, and she goes over Macy, and now the so now there's this discrepancy here. I think the line judge says it hit the antenna, and if it hits the antenna, then it's going to be a point for the Wildcats. It was initially a point for them. And now they said that the line judge said the ball hit the antenna, so the Wildcats get a point there. So it should be 3-0, I believe. They're going to need to change the score. And now they're letting the coach know what happened. So they have the score is 2-1, but I think they need to change it to 3-0 because the Wildcats started serving. It should be 3-0. Should be 3-0. Yep, there we go. We got the score right. So it's 3-0 after all that, and Cami Ellis will serve again. She's got a little short serve, and they're going to go. It's just going to be free balled over there. Wildcats are going to come back with Macy Lupkus, but there's a block kept alive by Whitson, and they're going to have Coletta Wade, and there's another block, but this time the block goes out. Prybill and Croats were there, but the ball hit off of their hands and went out. So it's 4-0. And Cami Ellis is continuing to serve, and it's just going to be free balled over by Prybill. Wildcats are coming back with Bailey Weber out of the middle, and she goes around Croats in the middle, and it hits for a kill. And Wildcats are 5-0 in game 3. Game 1 went to Highland, game 2 went to Central City, and we are in game 3. Wildcats up 5-0. Cami Ellis serving. Little floater there. Croats, they're going to set it to Prybill, and it's Wildcats are there, and there's a block off of Coletta Wade's hit, and then Belle Whitson just hits it over on the second hit, and they come back, and that was Prybill with the hit, and it goes deep, so the Huskies are starting to have some hitting errors. Makes it 6-0 Wildcats. 6-0. Cami Ellis has started the serving and has done a really good job. It's popped up, and they're going to go outside to Prybill. She hits it. There's Fritcher. We're going to Whitson. We're going to go in the middle to Weber. And she goes in the middle. It's kept alive, and then they're going to come with Kofer. She just tips it. Wildcats are there, and there's Bailey Weber popped up by Burton and comes back over from Clofer, and the Lupkus tips it over. It's tight at the net, and they're tipping it back and forth at the net. And there's another tip, and there's Fritcher, and she's going back over to the Highland side, and they're going to set it outside to Clofer. Clofer's attack is tipped up, and we're going to come back with Coletta Wade, and Coletta with the big arm swing, but the Huskies are right there. Now Clofer with the kill. Clofer, we've got Macy Lupkus and Bailey Weber, and 5-3. Adeline Clofer gets it through them and gets the point, and it's a side out, and Clofer's going to go back and serve, and there's Fritcher's going to pop it up, and there's Wade. Wade goes through the blocks. She kind of attacked, and the blockers weren't quite ready, and it's going to be a point Wildcats. We get the ball right back, 7-1. We're in game 3, and Coletta Wade's going to go back and serve. See if Coletta can keep her serve in. She's had a couple serves where she's went deep. And there's an ace serve. Just served it up, and it fell right in the middle, and nobody did anything. They just all looked at it, and the Highland coach says, we're going to take a timeout. 8-1 Wildcats. We're in game 3. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. So we've got the Wildcats here playing much better, making some things happen, putting the pressure on Highland, and Highland is now making some mistakes. And let's see if we can take advantage of those mistakes. So Cami Ellis started the scoring here, served 7 straight. I think it was 7-0, and then there was a side out, 7-1, and now Wildcats get that back, and Coletta Wade just served for an ace, and it's 8-1. And Coletta with a little floater again. Burton was there, and they're going to go back to Burton. There's Ellis. Whitson's going to go outside to Fritcher, and there's big hit by Allie Fritcher, senior kill. Wildcats will take that 9-1. Coletta Wade with serve. They're going to go outside to Burton. Burton, Coletta has really struggled in the back row. on that serve receive with Burton, or I mean on the hits from Burton, and that's going to be a side out, 9-2. And Croats is going to go back and serve by the Huskies, and there's Wade. She gets it up to Whitson. Whitson's going to go to Lupkus, and Macy Lupkus just kind of standing there, didn't really get an approach, and hits it in the net. So that gives a point Huskies. And again, Croats serving. Goes to Ellis, pops it up to Whitson. Whitson's going to go to Weber, and Weber hits the libero right in the face. The libero just got knocked down, and the ball hit her right in the face. The official wants the coach to go check on her, and the coach is just standing on the sidelines. I think she's all right. All right, so we'll get the side out there, Avery Weiss. And Wildcats up 10-3. They're going to go with Allie Fritcher with the tip. And it's touched at the net. And it's a point Wildcat, so Avery Weiss has checked in. And it's 11-3. And Avery tries to do a little floater and didn't quite get it over the net. And so that's going to be a point for the Highland Huskies. And it's 11-4. There's Fritcher. She goes to Whitson. They're going to go with Bailey Weber. She's out of the middle, kind of deep. Huskies keep it alive with the down ball. There's Weiss. And Whitson just pops that over. Wasn't able to do anything with that pass. They're going to come outside to Burton. They're going to say 4 hits. Yep, our blockers were there, but it didn't quite get to the blockers. It hit the net. And there's a hitting error on Burton, 12-4 Wildcats. Bailey Weber with the serve. And there's going to be free balled over. Wildcats can take advantage of this. Weber goes outside. Whitson to Allie Fritcher. And Allie Fritcher with the kill. Allie Fritcher with the kill. 13-4 Wildcats. And there's going to be an ace. Goes right through Croats' hand, tried to return that serve above her head, and it just goes right through her fingers and out. And now it's 14-4 Wildcats. The ball's played up, and we're going to go outside. And that is Smith. And Smith goes to tip it, and she tips it right into the net. And that's going to be a point Wildcat, so it's 15-4. And the ball is played over by the Huskies, and the Wildcats are there. And that last serve, the libero went to hit the ball and literally whiffed at it, and it went then to the person behind her, and they ended up actually hitting it over, so it was kind of funny there. Total whiff, but the Wildcats get the point, and it's 16-4, and Bailey Weber serves it deep, and it goes out. And point to Highland Huskies, and Sarah Burton is going to step back and serve for the Huskies. And Ellis plays up that serve, and they're going to do a back row attack with Bailey Weber, and we're going to come back here, and there's going to be Clofer, and Clofer still gets the kill. Ava Warrington was there and had a finger on it, but Clofer at 5'3" gets the kill and the point. And the Wildcats just free ball that over with Wade, and they're going to come back with Kraus out of the middle, and that one went wide and out. And so Wildcats are going to get the ball now, 17-6. We are in game 3. And we're tied 1-1. And all of a sudden, the Wildcats are trying to get really specific with their serves, and now that's the second serving error in a row. Just put the ball in play and let's get this game over with. 17-7. Wildcats. Kraus goes back to serve. And Coletta Wade. There's the kill for Coletta. Big arm swing from Coletta. And Huskies aren't able to play that. And that's going to be a point Wildcats. We've got Avery Weiss checking out. Macy Lupkus coming in. And Belle Whitson's going to go back and serve. 18-7 Wildcats. There's a bad pass. It comes over to the Wildcat side. Belle Whitson really couldn't do anything with it. Tips it back over. We've got Clofer coming. And this time we're able to keep that alive, but not really, because there was, after the initial pass, it was a bad pass and it went out, and that's a point. So 18-8. Smith's going to go back to serve. There's Weber up to Whitson. They're going to go outside. No, they're going to stay in the middle. Lupkus just free balls it over or tips it over. Now the Wildcats have it tipped right back to us. There's Whitson. She's going to go outside to Coletta Wade. Coletta tips. And the Huskies come back with Clofer. There's Weber, Whitson, and we're just going to free ball it back. Now we got Clofer again, and there's the block, but the block goes out. We had the block there, but it went out, and Huskies are going to get the point. So Smith is going to serve. It's 18-9. Wildcats need to get this side out and need to get this game finished up here. No more messing around. That ball skims the net. Wildcats are going to come back here. Whitson to Wade. And it's tipped over by Croats. There was a play at the net, and Croats is able to tip it over and find an empty spot there. So we've got 18-10. Highland's making a little run here. There's Weber up to Whitson. Whitson's going to go in the middle with Lupkus. They keep it alive. It goes straight up, and then they're going to come back with Clofer. There's Fritcher. Whitson's going to go outside to Wade, and she goes down the line, and it goes out. Instead of just attacking and keeping it in, she's trying to be too fine over there. And now it's 18-11. And there's Weber, gets it up to Whitson. Outside again to Wade. Wade pounds it that time, and there's no guessing. There's the point. 19-11. Wildcats with the point and get the ball back. Ava Warrington goes out. Cami Ellis comes in. Cami Ellis, the libero, filling in for Bella Dam, who hurt her knee. And Cami Ellis is going to serve. Cami got us off to a good start this game. We're going to go outside here. I don't know. Nope. Looks like Smith got a point that time. Or it might have been Skelton, Lainey Skelton, who's checked in. I can't tell whose number that was that hit that over. So there's 19-12. And we've got Clofer serving. And the Wildcats free ball that over. We had to do some. There's Burton with the tip, kept up. And Wildcats get that over. There's just a lot of bumping and not a lot of attacking. There's an attack by, there's attacks, but great play by Clofer. I'll tell you what, Clofer's had a heck of a game tonight. There's a kill by Bailey Weber. Bailey Weber, Coletta Wade both had big arm swings, and I'll tell you what, that Adeline Clofer's been keeping the ball, popping it up, but finally the Wildcats were able to get the point there. So 20-12, and that's going to put Coletta Wade back to serve. Coletta with a little floater, and it's kept up, and there's going to be a point. Misplay there on the Huskies. I think that makes it 21-12. Coletta Wade just needs to keep it in and finish out. There's another little floater. And Burton with just the down ball. Ellis is there. Whitson's going to go outside to Fritcher. Fritcher, there's a kill. Fritcher hits it off. It hit the libero's hands, and it goes out. And it's 22-12. Wildcats up here in game 3. We're tied 1-1. Nice, another floater. And they're going to stay in the middle there with Krauts, and the Wildcats are there, and it's going to be down balled back. kept alive by the Huskies. Wildcats are going to come back with Fritcher, played up by the libero, and it drops. There's a little bit of miscommunication at the net there by the Huskies, and the Wildcats take that. And I believe it's 23-12 with Coletta Wade. See if Coletta can get a couple more serves here and get game 2 out of the way here for the Wildcats. There's another little floater. And down ball by Clofer. Wildcats are going to go outside to Fritcher. She just down balls it. They're going to come back with Burton. Burton kind of down balls it back to the Wildcats. And now we're going to go out of the middle with Bailey Weber. And that's no down ball. That's a kill for Bailey Weber. 24-12 Wildcats. Game point here. Coletta Wade with the serve, another little floater. They've really been doing the floaters, and we've got the ball here. Let's see if Cammie goes to Whitson. They're going to go outside to Fritcher. Fritcher is played up by Clofer, and then they're going to go with Burton, and she has a miss hit, but it just trickles over the net. Wildcats are just going to get a down ball a little bit, and Allie Fritcher just pops it over, and it drops right in front of the back row of the Huskies, and Wildcats take game 3, 25-12. Got off to a great start there, and got a big lead, and got to give credit to the Huskies. They did chip away at that a little bit, but Wildcats were able to maintain and took game 3, 25-12. All right, so game 1 went to Highland 25-21. Game 2 goes to Central City 25-13, and game 3 goes to Central City 25-12. So we are ready here, both teams getting some last instructions for a game before game 4. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out again to Heartland Bank. Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank. And when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. And again, I always try to mention the number of activities and organizations that Heartland Bank supports. The robotics team, the yearbook. Obviously, they're our sole sponsor for our Wildcat Sports channel. They support the PTO, also provide lunch for the staff at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year during one of our professional development days. So we've got a great relationship with Heartland Bank, and we really appreciate all that they do. So anyway, thanks Heartland Bank. All right, we are getting ready for game 4, Wildcats and Highland Huskies. All right. Wildcats are going to have Ava Warrington, Allie Fritcher, Coletta Wade. Macy Lupkus. Belle Whitson's going to be out there as the setter. All right, so the officials have checked the rotations and everything looks lineups and everything looks good, and it is going to be Highland is going to serve. Our scorekeeper had to take a break, it looks like, and she comes running in. And the officials are talking to coach. I don't know if somebody's not in the right spot for the Highland Huskies. And I bet you she gave them the wrong. Wonder if she gave him the wrong lineup. We've had a couple of different delays here in this game. So I'm not sure I don't know what's going on. Something with the rotation here. So I don't know. Highland's supposed to serve. And they're supposed to serve, but I don't know if this will be a penalty or if they're just going to let her switch it up. I guess we'll find out here in a minute, because if that is the case, then that'd be a side out and the Wildcats should get the serve. So we'll see what's going to go on. Again, we are in game 4. Wildcats, we're getting ready to start game 4. We have a little bit of a delay here with a lineup situation. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here with the Huskies. I don't know all the rules about like order and stuff as far as at the beginning of the game. I know like in basketball, if you put in the wrong number or something like that, it's a technical. And with this, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like they're going to do anything. Doesn't look like they're penalizing anybody. Yeah, looks like whatever happened, happened, and now Huskies are going to start with the serve, and it looks like it's going to be Miley Smith. And there's Ellis, and then there's Whitson, and there's a kill by Coletta Wade. Coletta gets it started off on the right foot here. 1-0, and Coletta's going to go back and serve. Coletta did a good job of serving out that last game. There's a little floater played up by the Huskies, and they come out of the middle there. And they're going to go with Bailey Weber. We come right back with Bailey Weber in the middle, and she pounds that ball for the kill and the point for the Wildcats. Coletta Wade will serve again. 2-0, Wildcats up here in game 4. It's going to be a back row attack by Burton. She just kind of hits it over. Wildcats are going to come back with Lupkus. Lupkus tips it, and then there's the block. There's Kelsey Cerny, a junior who's come in. I'm not sure if somebody's hurt or what the deal is, but we were there to block her. Coletta Wade with the strong serve. Comes right back over to the Wildcats. Wade gets it up to Whitson, who gets it to Weber, and no blocking at the net that time, and it's pounded down for the point. For some reason, Clofer's on the bench. I'm not sure what's going on, if she got hurt or what, but to me, she's really had a great game, so I don't know if something happened, but they have her on the bench right now. So Wildcats get another point, and again, trying to get kind of fancy with our serves, and Coletta goes trying to get a really easy floating serve, and it doesn't even make it over the net, so it's 4-1. And Cerny goes back to serve, a new player that's come in, and there's going to be a kill by Allie Fritcher. Hits off the arm of one of the Huskies players. And Avery Wise will come in. Macy Lupkus is going to go out. And they're going to set Burton, and she goes, and there's Wade there this time for it. We're gonna go outside to Fritcher, played right back over by the libero from the Huskies, and the Wildcats are gonna have an attack by Whitson, kept alive, and Burton's gonna come back, and Burton struggled tonight. There's another hitting error. All of her hits have been going into the net. She's only had a couple decent hits tonight, so I guess we were lucky to get a night where she's struggling a little bit. Avery Wise with the floater serve, 6-1 Wildcats. We're in game 3. There's Burton. She takes a little bit off of that one, gets it over. And there's a play at the net between Weber and another Husky, and it's kept alive. Comes over. Avery Wise to Whitson to Weber. Off the block and goes out. Weber comes out of that weak side. And it's 7-1 Wildcats, and we've got Avery Wise serving it up. We are in game 3. Wildcats up 2-1. And Avery drops that one, and there's going to be an ace. Ace serve. Her and Cammie Ellis are neck and neck for the team lead as far as ace serves, and chalk that one up for Avery. Avery puts a little too much on that one and about takes out some kid walking down in front of the bleachers. So there's a side out. 8-2, and that puts the ball over to the Huskies, and it's Adlin Croats. And there's Coletta Wade, pops it up, Woodson gets to it, and Allie Fritcher gets it over. The Huskies are going to come back with Burton. Burton gets a better arm swing there, and we had blockers, but the ball just kind of trickled between our blockers' hands and gets a point for the Huskies. I don't want to see Burton getting hot, so let's see if we can't hopefully get the ball back here. Croats with the serve. We're going to come with Bailey Weber out of the middle, and the Huskies have just had a tough time. They leave a big middle open, a big gap in the middle there. Their back row players get really deep, so Wildcats have been able to take advantage of that tonight. There's a little floater serve. Another thing in the middle is Bailey Weber with the serve, free balled over. Wildcats have Whitson, who's going to attack on that second out of her setter spot. And pushed back over by the Huskies, and Wildcats aren't able to do anything with that, and it goes out, and it's 9-4. And Grace Prybill is going to go back and serve for the Huskies. Prybill goes to Ellis, Ellis to Whitson. Whitson's going to go to Fritcher on the weak side, and there's going to be a kill by Allie Fritcher. Allie Fritcher's had a pretty good night out there for the Wildcats. Hit it out of the weak side that time. And Allie Fritcher's going to go back and serve. Allie with a little floating serve, and it comes right back to the Wildcats. Belle Whitson's going to take it on that second hit. They're going to come back with Burton, and Burton gets her shoulders turned too far, and she hits it out. And there's another hitting error, and the Wildcats get that side out and get a point, 11-4. And Fritcher will serve again for the Wildcats. Another little floating serve. And it's just going to be a down ball over here by Smith. Wildcats play it up. Whitson outside to Wade. Wade with the big arm swing. Kept alive by the Huskies. Come back with, there's Burton. Gets a pretty good attack and gets a point. Side out. Side out for the Huskies. And Sarah Burton Jr. is going to go back and serve. It's 11-5. Wildcats are up. It's game 4. And popped up, pretty good serve, kept alive by Weber. Wildcats just free ball it over. And we're going to come back with an attack from Cerny. And then Wildcats play that. Wade with the big hit, played up by the Huskies. And Cerny comes in and hits it into the net. And that's 4 hits. So that's going to be a point Wildcats, 12-5. We've got Macy Lupkus coming in and Avery Weiss going out. Belle Whitson's going back to serve. It's going to be played up and set out to, and they're going to say that's 2 hits on that set. I thought they could have called that actually on both teams tonight. That's the first time I've seen it called tonight. That's been a kind of a point of emphasis this year, and we've noticed a lot more of those calls, but tonight that's the first one. So Wildcats get that point, 13-5. There's Kraus out of the middle, Wildcats aren't able to play that one. We were a little out of position, and Kraus is going to get the kill, and it's 13-6. And Jessica Kraus is going to go back for the Huskies and serve. 13-6, Wildcats up 2-1. We're in game 4. Fritcher and Wade's just going to free ball that over. There's Kraus. They're going to go ahead and set Croats out of the middle. Weber's there. They're going to set outside to Wade, and Coletta Wade puts that one down, gets it around the blockers. The blocking hasn't been quite as prolific for the Huskies as it was in games 1 and 2. I thought they did a tremendous job of blocking in games 1 and 2, and now the blocking's not quite there, so we'll take that. Cami Ellis, 14-6, and there's going to be a hitting error by Cerny. Cami Ellis again with another serve for the Wildcats. They're going to go ahead and they're going to go out of the middle with Krauts, and it's blocked by Lupkis. Then it's popped back over, and now we're going back at it as another kill by Lupkis. And there was a kill by Macy. And there's going to be a timeout. Highland. So we've got 16-6. We are in game 4. Wildcats up 2-1. And give a shout out to Heartland Bank, proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. All right, so Wildcats have put together a little string of serves here. They're up 16-6. And I believe Cami Ellis is still going to be serving for the Wildcats. Cami Ellis, 16-6 Wildcats. She's with the serve. There's Burton. They play it up, and they go to Cerny, who's checked in here. And Wildcats play that. Big attack there by kill by Bailey Weber. Burton was there, but it popped up and hit the ceiling and came over on the Wildcats. So that's point Central City, 17-6. And Cami Ellis with another good serve, and it's just tipped over. Wildcats, oh. It was a kind of a bad pass, and they just tipped it over, and Wildcats weren't able to make a play. So 17-7, and Miley Smith is going to go back and serve. There's Fritcher. She gets it up to Whitson. Whitson's going to go outside to Weber, tips, and right there in that middle, just Highland struggled covering that middle all night. And Coletta Wade serving 18-7 Wildcats. And a bad pass, but just tipped over by the Huskies, tipped right back over by Central City. And then Cerny goes to try to tip it over and tips it right into the net. And Wildcats are up 19-7. Coletta Wade serving. And she serves it out. So we've got some subs. They're subbing. Clofer's coming back in now to serve. And Clofer serves it to Weber. Weber to Whitson. They're going to go back to Weber, and there's a combination hit. Weber followed Fritcher to the net, and Weber buries that one and gets the kill, 20-8. And Avery Wise is going to check in for Lupkis, and Avery's going to serve. Avery, a freshman. Nice little floating serve, popped up. And now there's free balled over. Wade calls it out, goes to Whitson, and they go to Allie Fritcher, and Allie Fritcher was kind of a little out of position there and hit it out, hit it deep. And that's going to be a point Huskies, and it's 9-20. Adeline Croats is serving. There's Fritcher to Whitson. They're going to Weber. Weber tips. Popped up by Clofer, and it's pushed over by Burton. Kept alive by Wade, and there's an attack by Fritcher. Burton was there. They're going to come back to Burton with the kill, and she hits it deep. 21-9. Clofer's going out, and the libero's coming in. And Weber's serving for the Wildcats, 21-9. We're in game 4. There's Kraus out of the middle, goes deep, 22-9. As I mentioned, we're in game 3. Wildcats lost game 1, but have come back and won games 2 and 3, and they're just about ready to close out game 4 here. Whitson's going to go to Fritcher. Fritcher with the big arm swing, and Burton can't do anything with it. There's a point Wildcats. So 23-9. And then Burton's going to free ball that over. There's Whitson is going to set Warrington, and it's blocked. There's the blocks coming back here. And so that's a point Highland, 23-10. And we've got Prybill serving for the Huskies. She goes to Weber. Weber to Whitson. They're going to go back to Fritcher in the middle. And I'm not sure if that was a block or if Fritcher hit the net, but either way, that's going to be a point. It's going to be a point for the Huskies, and Prybill will serve again. We're going to go back to Fritcher, and there's a hitting error by Fritcher, so there's a couple points here. This isn't what we want. 23-12. We've got a game in hand. Let's just finish it up. There's Coletta Wade, keeps the serve alive, and the Wildcats aren't able to do anything. I don't know if that's an ace, but we'll probably have to give her that. Grace Prybill, she's putting together a string of serves here. 23-13. Ellis, another error on the Wildcats there, another hitting error. Allie Fritcher trying to tip it over and doesn't get it over the net. So it's 23-14. Wildcats need to get a side out, need to finish this game. You can't leave the door open when you've got the momentum. Ava Warrington pops it up, and a missed communication, and Coach Clark's going to call timeout. 23-15. Need to get some things figured out. I forgot to mention that Friday night, the football 8-man playoff starts Friday night, and the Wildcat football team will be traveling to Tripola. So we would love all the Wildcat fans to come up and support the team, but if you can't make it up to Tripola Friday night, David Warrington will be going and will be calling the game, so you make sure you check in and listen to the game live here right on the Wildcat Sports channel. So Friday night up in Tripola, 7 o'clock is kickoff. David Warrington will be broadcasting live if you can't make it, but we would love as many fans as possible to come up there. All right, both teams are out of the timeout. We've got Prybill serving, and the Wildcats play over, and it's going to be tipped back over by the libero. Whitson's going outside to Fritcher, and it's touched, and it goes out, and it's going to be point Wildcats. So that makes it 23-16. 23-16, and we've got Fritcher serving. All right, now it's 24-15, so they must have had the wrong score. And right there's game. So it's 25-15, And the Wildcats come back after losing game 1 and end up winning the next 3 games. So the Wildcats will advance, and they will be playing at Springville next Monday, I believe, the 24th, October 24th. Wildcats will be at Springville, and they will be playing the winner of, I should have done my homework a little better. Springville was playing tonight as well, and they were playing the winner of either Montezuma or Meskwaki, so I did not see who won that. So Springville, we're guessing, they're 34-3, will probably be advancing. So it looks like the Wildcats will probably be playing Springville next Monday, next Monday, October 24th, and that'll be at Springville at 7 o'clock, and I'll be there to call that game. But before that, don't forget about Friday night. So I just want to thank everyone for joining me tonight on the Wildcat Sports Channel. Central City Wildcats win 3-1 versus Highland, losing game 1 25-21, but then they came back and won 25-13, 25-12, and then 25-15. So they get the victory tonight over Highland and will be advancing to Monday night's game against Springville at Springville. Our next Wildcat Sports broadcast will be Friday night, October 21st, as I already mentioned, when the football team travels to Chipola for the first round of the 8-man playoffs. And again, kickoff is at 7 p.m. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and I want to thank everyone for listening tonight's broadcast. Go Cats!